Hello everyone, this is Commander Trium once again, recovering from yet another in a massive series of elite screw-ups. The game is continuing to crash, despite my best efforts. Come on. Come on. And our contact has logged off for the night, of course, severing our link prematurely. Our ship has taken off too, why not? Boy, oh boy, what fun this is. Ay, 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 ay. Unbelievable. I don't even know where the source system is anymore. Prius orbital. Come on. Well, that's real useful. Can't even lay in a proper course. Yep. Our buddy logged off for the night. Or encountered problems of his own and is not logging back in. Yes, naturally. Now, what happens if we crawl on top of this thing? Well, if they're taking damage, and we catch fire. Okay, we won't do that anymore. Just curious. Needle crystals. It's ruthenium, or a tholian. Oh, that's Molly. Molly? Molly! And a precious cobble. Ooh. Hey, come back here. There's a cobble of carbon. Somewhere over here. Some needle. Or it's a Tholian imposter. Aha. What? Titanium. No. No. Well, I know, but there's lava definitely here. And I have never seen lava before.
Temperature critical.
Well, that was a hot one. It's a germanium crystal. Some more crystal over here. Hull integrity is down to 6%. Well, I guess we better fix that.
Chassis repaired. Handbrake is on. Ship recall.
Where are you going? Do you even know?
Handbrake is on. Ship dismissed.
Oh, sure. Because obviously landing the ship and then having it just take off again is exactly what everyone wants. Perfect UI design. Thank you so much.
Ship recall.
$2.45 Gs. And we've collected all the useful minerals off the planet's surface. We've been to the starbase. Returning to Lalonde. 18115. 5 jumps. Well, now we've seen our first lava world. Isn't that lovely? Incredibly, the Anaconda will lift off.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
And this will be the first of 2 white dwarf stars, followed by 2 more jumps, and then we're home. So.
Temperature critical. Heat sink deployed. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
A 50 light year jump to LTT 7072.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Two jumps. Do not need the White Dwarf's help.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is our final jump. Fuel scoop disengaged. Well, after numerous crashes and attempts at trying to get this done more quickly tonight, we have finally succeeded. And we are arriving at Prius Orbital. In orbit of the habitable Earth-like world Ladond 18115 Alpha. Planet 4. Apparently this is a largely outdoorsy world. Camping planet, it strangely seems urbanized, at least to the night side. Perhaps those are campfires we're witnessing from orbit. But I doubt it.
Acknowledged, Commander. Clear for assisted docking.
Scan detected.
Hello. Okay.
Landing gear deployed.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Power down your engines.
Oh, that freaking mute button didn't work. Here we go.
So, it's not me who needs the painite, it's a squaddle.
Pardon?
It's a squaddle. The guy I was with that day that we were talking about the painite, so he has to be the one you have to give it to. You give it.
No, I was just gonna. I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. I was just gonna give it to you for kicks and giggles.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I've got.
You're not that hard up for cash, so.
I'm not that hard up for cash, no.
No, when I was calculating it, how much it was going to be worth, I was like, it's only $5 million. You probably, if it was $20 million, you'd probably go for it. But
Well, that would be a little
it's a
different.
lot of time, actually. It takes time because we have to transfer it from my ship to yours, so you have to get all collectored up and all that shit.
Well, I'd have to go get my.
Conda.
Yeah, I'd have to go get my big
Type 9.
Type 9 freighter.
It's only 45, so an ASP could do it, but then you don't have shields because you're using up for collectors and all whatever.
Yeah.
It's not worth it sometimes.
And then if you have the PvP guy come back, the PvP troll, watch out. Then you're in deep trouble.
Well, if we were going to float a few mil worth of product, it'd be best to do it in a private server rather than open, but yeah,
That's
you
true.
got a point there.
Actually,
There's always ways, right?
you could always sucker him into a fight too. You could have me sit out there as bait, and then you be sitting in a system lying in wait somewhere.
Or even better, you just get really close to a planetary body, something like that. But now you got problems with the transfer because they'll drop.
Yeah, they'll start falling into the planet. Not what you want to have happen. You know what I just came from?
Not
I
too
came
fun.
from a world where there was lava on the surface, which I've never seen that before. I didn't know that they had that in Elite. I was all excited. There was lava, and if I drove my SRV too close, it caught fire, and shields would drop and damage was done. Yeah, but
Is it the system you're in, or just right around there?
no, it was a mission that I had, passenger mission.
Oh, a passenger mission.
Yeah,
Ah,
go look
that's
at
cool.
go look at the lava on the lava spouts on the planet's surface. So you go to this planet, and it's like,
Oh, it took you to it took you to the geyser, that fumarole. That's
No.
what it was. The passenger mission took you to a specific place that had those spouts. This
Yeah.
one was lava.
this one was lava. Yeah. So I guess they can be
Did you
ice.
see the targetable things and shoot them?
Yeah, I took some. I took some of the
You took
crystals,
some? Yeah.
and now I have some crystal. I was gonna smoke the crystal, but then I thought, no, I better save it for resources.
No, that's cool. Passenger missions can take you to all kinds of goofy little places like that.
Yeah,
The surface ones for sure.
yeah. So that's why I accepted that one. Was it?
Last year to go and hunt down unfound fumaroles and geysers or
Yeah.
geysers. We're Canadians, so we say geyser naturally.
Yeah.
But the British say geyser so much that I've actually adopted it and sort of switched. But either way, yeah, it's a tough deal to find them. Like, there's people that are really good at it, and I don't know how they do it. They have a tool that they can map the planet as they're flying over it, so they don't go back with the same part. And it's really in depth, and I just go with it the way I know, and 1 time out of 10 I'll find something.
Yeah.
But they're out there. They're out there to find. And if you find one and you look it up and it's unfound, you can enter it into their database that they have. It's not the best database, but it's So you just go on the forum into the Geezer Ephemeral Collection data thing and say what planet or put a screenshot and all that, follow their rules. And
well, for all I know, this could have...
that has like 100 of them. I have no idea how she finds them so fast.
Dedication, probably. You just sit there. But I mean...
Maybe a massive display and excellent graphics help, or...
I don't know.
Because it's hard on your eyes. Because you have to visually look at everything down on the ground and decide, you know, oh yeah, or oh no. Or get lucky. The most ones that I've found, and I've found less than 10, maybe 6. The most that I've ever found was with the radar trick, where you see that very, very small POI dot, and you can follow it. Just out of luck, right? Because I was too high to visually see the field.
Yeah.
That was my way, is that I would go high enough that I could cover way more ground, but then you're relying on your radar, and in order to see your radar, you have to be in cockpit view. But most of the people that find those things are in third-person cam to view and see everything around, so they don't see your radar.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, geezers are pretty cool.
There was actually, I've done this before. I jumped into a couple of ice geysers that the passengers wanted me to scan on a different world. And I jumped into one and I hit a new record. I actually got up to 8.5 kilometers above the surface.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like, holy crap.
4 clicks.
And you can't...
8 clicks is a pretty heavy hit.
Yeah, you can't even see, like at 8 clicks, you can't even see any of the geysers anymore on the ground. You can't see your ship, like your ship is taken off, it thinks you're gone.
Yeah.
And if you summon your ship again, it goes, oh, well, you're... Here you are, and then your ship passes below you, and then it thinks you're gone again and leaves until you finally come back down to the surface. And of course, your little thruster that you have there on board your SRV, you can use it to actually keep ascending in some cases if the gravity's weak enough. But
yeah. I think there was a video posted recently about a guy doing some...
Well, there's one guy got into orbit doing this, and it's like 100 kilometers. Like, I can't even imagine, like, you know, like 100 kilometers up. Like, what the hell are you doing? Your life support...
How long it took him to do that? A long time.
Yeah. Anything under 100 kilometers...
2 hours plus.
Anything under 100 kilometers and you're coming back down onto the planet's surface, but sooner or later. But when you're 100 kilometers up, it's probably way later. You can probably go all the way to the night side of the planet. Like, you know, different navigation options are available because you can suddenly move between one part of the planet and the exact opposite side of the planet if you really wanted to. All you'd have to do is just thrust over a little bit, and just because the distance vector, you coming back down again would be some weird isosceles triangle, just very, very elongated. I was actually on the cliffs. What's that?
You told me already. You know, passenger missions. You're just doing that temporarily, or is that what you're doing for a little
while? That's what I did tonight. I made over 10 million in passenger credits. Let's just see here. Plus bounties. I got a variety of different bounties. Credit bounties in Hidden Tradition. I don't even know if I have... Hang on here. I gotta see if there's an Interstellar Factors here. No, of course not. But as soon as I find Interstellar Factors, I'll have another 155,000. And
just go for anarchy. Close anarchy with the right pad size for you.
Yeah. And passenger, sorry, messenger, universal cartographics, another 39,000. And of course I discovered a new white dwarf, twice. This evening, inside the bubble. Bugger off, the commodities menu is pissing me off again. What do we got here? Status. So my rank of lieutenant has gone up for the first time significantly. It's now 12% above where it started at the beginning of the week. Thank God. I was stuck at 20% lieutenant for the longest time. Now I'm finally clearing 32%. I'm well on my way to 40, I'm sure.
Nice.
And let's see here, 34% tycoon, 35% expert, 25% pioneer. So I'm gaining pioneer points again. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going to end up being elite first.
It's 100 light years.
What's that?
There's not very many anarchy systems near you.
No, but I'm pretty sure there's got to be.
San 2. 6 million people, even boom, on a high tech. That looks like a good place. Let's look at this system map.
Just go have a look here at services. Interstellar.
Station is 280 in.
The nearest.
That sounds familiar.
The nearest HR planet is G4114. It is only 14 light years away. It's one jump. And it's right next door to Duamta, which is where I had my base before. All this nonsense with the trade.
Wow, there's a disabled material trader. I've never seen a disabled material trader before.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like there's a civil war or something where you just can't... They took away another...
Facilities.
So now there's only 2 targets in the game, in all the galaxy, that make more than 4,000 credits per loot.
Oh, you mean once the bonus weekend's levels dropped off, it's now at an all-time low?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have had to guess that. I'm not surprised at all. It will re-establish, and there will be spikes and peaks again.
We need a plague planet, a nice big fat plague planet with lots of people and lots of demand for medication. It cannot be filled anywhere, except between 2 worlds that only you know about. Oh, profiting off of people suffering. That's how I make my living.
That's worse than slave running.
Yeah, arguably, but I won't go near slaves just because. Bad form.
Bad form.
Yeah, bad. Except imperial slaves, they aren't bad form, but...
Well, that's the only kind I would deal with, for sure.
Yeah.
The regular slaves are not what you want.
Well, there's, like, sexual connotations and whatnot.
But the cash value isn't there for regular slaves in the first place.
No.
There's slave mills that churn them out for $12,000 each.
Yeah.
And there's places that buy them for what is it?
300.
And it's like 18 to sell at a good spot.
There's places in Winnipeg where you can work like that. Where
the problem with slave running is it's almost always one way. There's no return commodity that comes anywhere close to the amount of profit you would get from that.
Yeah.
So you end up either running reserves right dry on wherever you're getting them, or reserve on, like, some place has, I don't know, copper or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you need a really corrupt system to be dealing in slaves, too. That's the other thing. It's like, they're not legal anywhere, so you have to, like, get the most bottom basement fucking horrible place.
I don't know if I'd bother looking for a trade route for just regular slaves, but
No.
the imperial slave ones are the most lucrative ones that I know of.
They are, but and they always run out, though, just like you say. Like, but
there's places that have a good supply, but there's just a couple more jumps, and we're talking about large pads too, right?
Yeah, but they don't rejuvenate. They don't rejuvenate as fast as you take them, and sooner or later you're going to run out of them.
Unless you're only running a Python.
Yeah, if you're running a Python, that's fine. But if you're running a Type 9, like, watch out, you'll clean them out eventually. They can't put slaves. They can't stock them fast enough.
they can. But those little outposts sure love them good up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because they put their criminals into slavery, and they put their and then the people who are in debt, they go into slavery, sell themselves into slavery to pay off their debts, and then they come out of the slavery service and they go back to doing whatever the hell they were doing before, until they get another gambling debt or whatever. But normally they don't spend more than a couple of years in the imperial slave market. No one really wants to be there because it's shitty work. You got to run around with a plate of food at senators' parties and whatnot, if you're lucky. Anywho,
I thought it was mainly agricultural work. They tend to the crops. They tend to the beef.
Depends on the type of slave you are. Like, if you're a criminal, they'll give you more menial labor than someone who's like just paying off a debt. Or someone who just feels like they're gonna be a career slave. There's career slaves as well who just live off the benefits. They like the coverage, they like the certainty of knowing what they're doing. There's always employment. They don't have to worry about like what they're doing next, as long as their owner is wealthy enough to keep them. And the empire is about patronage, don't forget. So freedmen are always more expensive than slaves, so some people find it more lucrative to be slaves than to be freedmen, freed citizens. Anyway, I'm gonna head for bed here, so it's getting late, but wanted to say hello and bye again because I stayed away a little bit longer than I was originally intending to tonight, and
No, that's all good. I'm all excited about the whatever's upcoming, even though it's
a month away.
30 days.
Yeah, well, it's actually 26 days away.
Yay, that's even better.
Yeah. So, Yahoo.
Very strange.
What's that?
No beta.
No beta.
They're just going to drop it in.
Yeah, so...
There's always a beta with an update.
No, they figured it out. It'll work perfectly now. There won't be any bugs. And their QA is like, top notch as well, so... It's the British way. Oh, I'm terrible, I know.
I was kind of wondering there. You've been reading the wrong forum posts.
No, I've worked with British people before, and sometimes they can they can become very confident about the methods that they use, and some of them are very good, yes, and some of them not as good. There might be a better way that the colonials have come up with. Anyway.
No doubt. Okay, well, have a great night.
You too. Take care. Bye for now. And with that, we'll end another session. So it's 6:13:22 Zulu on 1 June 3304. I'm at Preus Terminal. And we are in the Lalande 18115 system near Duamta. And the solar system, for that matter. We're within the 25-year bubble away from Earth. So... passengers were fairly lucrative today. We earned... we earned, just over 10 million credits by the looks of things. About 10 million, yeah. And we would have had another 5 on top of that. 5 or 6 on top of that yet. Had there not been a certain troll who cannot take get lost for an answer. Apparently, my spurning his friend request has earned me his lasting enmity. God help me. Alright, don't forget to check the video properties for information on the blog, on the video chronology, on Twitter, Commander Trium's Twitter site, or on Commander Trium's blog site. Both addresses are listed. in the video properties. You may also, in fact, I would like you to click that you like this video if you in fact did, and or subscribe, since YouTube rewards those of us who create videos that others take a liking to. Subscribe if you'd like to see these videos again. If you'd like to be advised when a video goes live immediately, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button in the standard YouTube interface. This will give you a small window whenever there is a new live session or new media posted to the video library on YouTube. Thanks once again. Have a good night, everyone. I am Commander Trium, signing off.